There are just way too many to choose from. What could we do but rank 10 more? Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for another top 10 episodes of The Simpsons.
A noble spirit embiggens the smallest man.
For this list, we're looking at even more of the greatest, most culturally relevant, and well-remembered times. If you don't see an episode you think should be on the list, be sure to check out our first list of the top 10 Simpsons episodes. Number 10, 22 short films about Springfield. Once a show enters its 7th season, it needs to start experimenting with the formula to stay fresh.
Sometimes I wonder about all the people in this town. Do you think anything interesting ever happens to them? I mean, there must be thousands of great stories out there.
After all, we can only watch so many Bart is a brat but then finds redemption in a heartfelt moment episodes. Season 7 gave us the wonderfully original 22 short films about Springfield, a richly woven tapestry of a story involving many random citizens of Springfield. While the title is a reference to François Girard's 32 short films about Glenn Gould, the episode's style is closer to Pulp Fiction, as each individual story interconnects to form a larger and more cohesive narrative.
It was a show about a team of female secret agents called Fox Force 5.
It's great stuff, and more importantly, it introduced us to the term steamed hams.
Superintendent, I hope you're ready for mouth-watering hamburgers.
I thought we were having steamed clams.
No, I said steamed hams.
Number 9, Lisa's Substitute. Most people agree that The Simpsons really gets going around season 3, but the first 2 seasons certainly have their gems. Case in point, season 2's Lisa's Substitute. In this classic, Lisa finds a mentor in her substitute teacher, Mr. Bergstrom. Bergstrom was famously voiced by Dustin Hoffman, and it remains one of the greatest celebrity guests in the show's history.
Gonna miss your brother's antics.
When?
When your life takes you places the rest of us have only heard about.
He fills Bergstrom with the necessary maturity and warmth, and his performance allows the famous ending to hit that much harder. When it comes to the show's most sentimental episodes, Lisa's Substitute is always in the running. Seriously, how can you look at that note and not get at least a little emotional?
Goodbye, Lisa, honey. It'll be okay. Just read the note.
Number 8, Mr. Plow. By season 4, The Simpsons was pumping out classics like no other comedy on television.
Don't tell him you were at a bar. But what else is open at night? It's a pornography store. I was buying pornography. I would have never thought of that.
Except maybe Seinfeld, which was also in its fan-favorite 4th season at the time. In Mr. Plow, Barney takes over the spotlight as he puts Homer out of the snow removal business with his own rival company, King Plow.
Hiya, Homer! Say hello to the Plow King!
There is a ton of stuff to like about this episode. There's Homer's iconic Mr. Plow jacket, the whip-smart and relentless jokes, and of course, the classic Mr. Plow commercial.
So remember, call Mr. Plow. That's my name. That name again is Mr. Plow.
Dan Castellaneta won his 2nd Emmy Award for his performance in this episode, and it is well-deserved. It's certainly one of the better Homer-centric episodes of the show, and it cemented his legacy as one of the all-time greatest TV characters.
Come on, give me the key. These look like teeth marks.
I thought there was chocolate inside. Well, why was it wrapped in foil?
It was never wrapped in foil.
Number 7, Homer at the Bat. This episode is typically regarded as one of the show's earliest iconic episodes, and some people even regard it as the official start of the Golden Age.
Honus Wagner, Cap Anson, Mordecai Three-Finger Brown.
Sir?
What is it, Smithers?
I'm afraid all those players have retired and passed on. In fact, your right fielder has been dead for 130 years.
Harry Shearer and Julie Kavner famously dislike this episode, as it places too much emphasis on the guest stars, but others argue it's the guest stars who make the episode such a hit. A slew of famous baseball players voice themselves, including Roger Clemens, Jose Canseco, Wade Boggs, and Ken Griffey Jr.
I'd like to introduce the new members of our Happy Power Plant family. Our new security guard, Roger Clemens.
Hello.
Our new janitor, Wade Boggs.
How you doing?
Our new lunchroom cashier, Ken Griffey Jr.
They're all game for some harmless fun, and the episode serves as a wonderful time capsule of the early 90s. Add an end credits song performed by Terry Cashman, and you have yourself one of the all-time great Simpsons episodes.
Well, Mr. Burns had done it. The power plant had won it, with Roger Clemens clucking all the while.
Number 6, Homer's Enemy. We don't know how an episode like Homer's Enemy hadn't been done before. The general setup is brilliant. An ambitious man with great work ethic is hired at the plant and forced to work alongside the lazy and incompetent Homer.
What's new, Grimy?
Simpson, you got a 513. No, a 513. In your procedures manual, a 513? Look at your control panel.
It's a fantastic and realistic concept, and we don't know why it took the writers 8 seasons to get to it. Regardless, Homer's Enemy remains one of the show's most divisive episodes. Many people don't enjoy the episode's darker tone, as Frank Grimes is scorned for competence, slowly goes insane, and eventually dies violently.
What's this? Extremely high voltage. Well, I don't need safety gloves because I'm Homer Simpson.
But others love it for its irony. The episode told a risky story, and it wasn't above depicting its usual protagonist as a horribly flawed and even heartless man whose slovenly behavior goes unpunished.
And even though Frank's agonizing struggle through life was tragically cut short, I am sure he's looking down from heaven right now.
Change the channel, Marge!
That's our Homer!
Number 5. Homer the Great. The Simpsons isn't just about a suburban family and their random hijinks.
An intruder!
He will pay the ultimate price. Yes, the ultimate price.
Sometimes they aim higher, and in the case of Homer the Great, their lofty aspirations take the form of satirizing Freemasonry. It's a big task, and most shows would collapse under the weight of such ambition. But The Simpsons pulls it off with impeccable grace, style, and hilarity.
All stonecutters must take the leap of faith. If you survive this 5-story plunge, your character will be proven.
Happy landings!
Of course, the episode's brilliance isn't solely found in its writing. It also contains the wonderful Patrick Stewart, who guest stars as the voice of the Stonecutters' leader, Number 1. And an Emmy-nominated song. The painfully brief but wonderfully satiric and catchy We Do. Who loves Homer the Great? We do!
Who controls the British crown? Who keeps the metric system down? We do! We do!
Atlantis off the maps.
Who keeps the Martians under wraps?
We do! We do!
Number 4. Itchy and Scratchy Land. This is definitely one of the more bizarre episodes of the show. It starts innocently and normally enough as the Simpson family decides to take a trip to Itchy and Scratchy Land, a hilarious parody of Disneyland.
You know, Itchy and Scratchy Land isn't just for kids. They have a place called Parents Island. Yeah, dancing, bowling, fashionable shops, over 100 bars and saloons.
However, things get all Westworld when the Itchy and Scratchy animatronics go haywire and begin attacking the visitors. It's one of the series' most brazenly unrealistic episodes. But it is within this brazen nonsense that the episode finds its incredible sense of fun. It's also known for containing the famous Bort license plate, which quickly became a cultural phenomenon.
Barclay, Barry, Bert, Bort? Oh, come on, Bort?
Mommy, buy me a license plate!
No, come along, Bort.
It's slightly satirical, completely ridiculous, and consistently funny. What's not to love? Number 3. A Star is Burns. This remains one of the most divisive episodes of the series, even more so than Homer's Enemy.
But first, we have a special guest, Rainier Wolfcastle, star of the reprehensible McBain movies.
Jay, my new film is a mix of action and comedy.
This episode served as a crossover with The Critic, a short-lived animated sitcom created by ex-Simpsons showrunners Al Jean and Mike Reiss. In the episode, the titular critic Jay Sherman stops by Springfield to judge the local film festival.
Dear Mr. Sherman, on behalf of the people of Springfield, I would like to invite you to judge our film festival. You can stay with us and enjoy the sights and sounds of the country.
Marge, is this a pimple or a boil?
A Star is Burns was famously derided by Matt Groening, who publicly condemned its very existence and called it little more than an undignified advertisement. Regardless, there is a lot to like about this episode. Primarily Boo Earns and Barney's marvelous film Pocahontas.
Don't cry for me. I'm already dead.
A Star is Burns is a tremendous example of how to do a crossover right. Shameless promotion or not. Number 2, Lemon of Troy. Season 6 really was full of some all-time great bangers. Serving as the penultimate episode of the season, Lemon of Troy sees the kids of Springfield wage war against the kids of Shelbyville after they steal Springfield's beloved lemon tree.
The lemon tree's gone. And the tracks appear to lead into Shelbyville. Oh, look, a clue. A candy bar wrapper. Oh, they're always eating candy in Shelbyville.
Like Itchy and Scratchy Land, Lemon of Troy is a totally bonkers episode that draws on everything from Greek mythology to Mad Max 2.
Oh, a car impound lot. The impenetrable fortress of suburbia.
But then again, that unique blending of pop culture and academia is what makes The Simpsons such a beloved series. The episode contains an original story, many hilarious jokes, and some surprising character development for Nelson.
Ah, jeez. I never hang out with him, normally. Hark
to the tale of Nelson and the boy he loved so dear. They remain the best of friends for years and years and years.
This is what the golden era of The Simpsons was all about. Am I the only person who loves the episode where Homer goes to rock and roll fantasy camp? Oh well, what about you guys? Has your favorite episode appeared on either this list or our original list of the best Simpsons episodes? If not, maybe it's number 1 here. So let's run through the honorable mentions, and then we'll see which episode is at the top.
Out of the way, you.
Look, kids. A horsey! And what are you making, Sideshow Luke Perry?
A 19th century carousel.
Millhouse. Yes? Bet you're getting tired of that soul, huh? No.
2, 4, 6, 8. Homer's crime was very great. Great meaning large or immense. We use it in the pejorative sense.
Let's see here. Caramels, waffle batter, liquid smoke. Ooh, waffle runoff.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, The Itchy and Scratchy and Pucci Show. With this episode, The Simpsons officially surpassed the Flintstones in episode count, serving as the show's 167th outing.
Hey, quit it!
They like Itchy, they like Scratchy. One kid seems to love the Speedo Man.
To celebrate the occasion, The Simpsons devoted an entire episode to metatextually commenting on the show's longevity and its struggle to stay relevant.
Hey, Krusty, you look great. You get your teeth bleached?
Yeah, it's a new kind of polymer treatment. Hey, shut up! You're here because your Itchy and Scratchy cartoons are stinking up my rating.
It does this both through the network bigwigs who force creative decisions on the writers, and through the character of Pucci, who satirizes the practice of introducing hollow new characters in an attempt to keep an old show fresh.
The name's Pucci D, and I rock the telly. I'm half Joe Camel and a third Fonzarelli. I'm the Kung Fu hippie from Gangsta City. I'm a rapping surfer, you the fool I pity.
It also directly attacks the show's critics using Comic Book Guy, who famously states, "Worst episode ever for the first time." It's a wonderfully self-referential episode that knowingly comments on a number of themes. And it proves that The Simpsons is, or at least was, one of the smartest shows on television.
Worst episode ever.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.